What's going on, guys? The wind's finally not blowing tonight. I got plenty of help tonight. Oh, wrong way. Jessica came out so she can warm the dogs. Jax is over here. And we got Finn on the four-wheeler. Of course, Banks. So, I don't know how great this video will be, but it might be interesting. I'm gonna flip the camera around real quick. So, you can see over there, let me see if I can zoom in, bear with me. That's where they were yesterday, and Jessica moved them onto here. I think Jessica moved them. Did you come do chores yesterday? You done chores yesterday, right? Yeah. And it's not a huge paddock, but we are gonna leave them another day. I'm not saying it's necessarily the right thing to do, especially short term, and they don't have the best forage left here to clean up, but we are in a limited moisture situation, and I'm trying to buy time for the stuff that we just grazed, so we're gonna make them graze. Sometimes it's what you have to do on the short term to survive the long term. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, but like I said, we're definitely in survival mode as far as, oh, there's a nice, you can't see, let me zoom in real quick if I can, she's moving too fast. That girl there, the brown one, she's bagged up good.
Mom?
So, the idea is I'd rather overgraze mature plants, I guess, than I would overgraze immature plants. I'd rather make the sheep push themselves a little bit. Finny, leave them be. Leave them alone. No, leave them be.
Finn,
what?
Come back.
Where's Lucy?
I know Lucy.
Where is she?
Come here.
So I'd rather them overgraze where we have some tonnage. It might literally just be a ton, I guess. But where we have some taller stuff that they can lay down, clean up some of this cheat grass, whether they want to or not. But I'll tell you right now, yeah, sorry, this video is going to be a little scattered because I'm trying to get stuff done and film at the same time. But anyways, just walking here, flip it around real quick. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of peas or vetch. I'm kind of guessing, and they weren't large populations of what we had anyways. Seed costs have just been, and I'm not blaming any company by any means. I've worked with several different seed dealers, and I understand they have to just upcharge so that they're making a profit. But I'm pretty sure the sheep grazing it the first time pretty well grazed out all of the vetch and stuff. So right now they're basically grazing rye and weeds. Indicator species. That's what I prefer to call them, is indicator species. Well, there's a little vetch right here. But I'm guessing after this grazing, it'll be consumed. So, call me a liar. One interesting observation. Bear with me for a second. So, this is where we bale process the bale this spring, winter. Okay, this year, for darn sure less than 2 months ago. Yeah, probably 2 months ago by now. It is beginning of May. Look at this rye plant. Okay, I don't know how it's going to show up on camera, but come over just a little bit. Don't mind the skipper. To over here. Okay, same field, same planting. One difference: the extra carbon. In a year, in 1 year's time. Whether it's the extra carbon, water holding capacity, whatever, difference maker. So this stuff here would have been grazed just slightly more recently, and I don't know, it's half the height. Again, never mind the skippers. This is why, to me, right now, it is worth overgrazing a little bit in a few areas to try and give this some time. Give this as much time as possible. Ideally, hopefully that stuff we planted over here in March, we're gonna drive over there and look. Hopefully we'll make our pass down this way. We will skip this for a while and go over and make a pass over there somewhere. That's what I'm hoping. Give this like three, 4 weeks before we come back and hit it. So we got a chance of rain in the forecast. Hopefully we can get a rain and yeah, give this some chance, give some tonnage on it. I don't care how rank it gets. Get it. I'd rather have it get some rankness to it. Cheap graze the straw, lay it on the ground, graze the weeds underneath, and we'll set us up to do something else later on this summer. So I'm just gonna run over real quick. So I really want to show you that our play paddock, as I like to call it, and the difference between that rye and the other rye, because it is a pretty stark difference. But I really just want to reiterate, I don't like having to graze the rye as short as we're grazing it. I don't like it from a soil health perspective, and I don't like it from a livestock nutrition perspective, because that's one of the things that really makes our system work, is trying to keep as good of quality as can be had without bringing it in front of our sheep for as many days of the year as possible. That is why we tend to get pretty good breed up rates and drop rates on our sheep. So just about there. I'll flip you around real quick. So this is a pretty good average, I'd say, of what most of the field is going to look like. We got good growth on it, just not as much as I'd like. And yes, we have weeds, but indicator species. That just adds to the biodiversity and the tonnage. So we'll pull over here and I'll show you the difference. So right over in here is where we just were. And over here, this is where we were wintered at last year. Okay, and immediately, I mean, this is kind of an example. I mean, not quite twice the height, but just much, in general, much more bigger on these plants. And again, I don't know if it is, I don't know if part of it's just because we're catching the water coming off the hill, which I'm sure that could be a piece of it, but I don't know. This didn't do that great as a spot last summer. We had quite a bit of diversity out here, and like I said, we wintered the sheep on this spot last winter. This is where we done a lot of bale processing, and the sheep were here for quite a 30 days to 60 days in any one spot type of thing. I mean, so if that's the difference, I mean, I'm sure in all reality, it's a combination of all the above. The extra runoff from this pad over here makes a difference. But again, just the concentration of the carbon in the form of the hay, the manure, the urine, and then again, the diversity that would have been in this paddock last summer with the different pumpkins, and I don't know, I had several different, I think we had some milpa mix, there we go, out in there, and it all grew all summer. It didn't get grazed until the fall. So I don't know, diversity definitely has a place. It's just you can't break the bank trying to get that diversity. So I'll shut up with that. Again, I know this video is kind of all over the place. Definitely not my best work. But leave a question, leave a comment as always. And hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you think what well, even if you don't think what I'm saying, amounts to hill of beans. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on down the road. Thanks.